Well, hello everyone, and welcome to He Said, She Said. I got to fix everybody's screen here. And this is the reboot. And it's so nice to have a brand new crew here, except for three. There's some old timers too. Anyway, welcome to She Said, He Said, where we talk about love and romance. Are you guys up for love and romance today?
Sure.
Sure.
So this is a reboot. This is a show we had 2 years ago, and it was very popular. And we just kind of took a break, and we brought some old folks back, and brought some young folks back, and brought some brand new people totally. So we're really excited about that. And I need to let you know that you can find She Said, He Said on Good Talk Radio, on Spreaker, and many other platforms also. And this is a 1 hour show. So if you're hopping on board, as you're coming on board, we'd love to have you guys say hello in the chat. We realize this is the first show after 2 years, so it's going to take a while to get everybody's schedules back up and running here. We will always be on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And so the other thing that's funny about going on right now is people don't realize that this show is totally being ran on a generator. So we lost our power, and we're totally on a generator. So some of the things we want to let everybody know is please use good language. No politics. We don't want politics. And please, when you're in the chat, be respectful. And once again, it's a 1 hour show. So I want to introduce our new crew, and I'll just start at the top, even though I'm being impolite. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to be polite. Let's start with our new member, Flynn Beck. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Super. We're so glad to have you. You're also a comedian too, aren't you?
I guess you can call me that sometimes, yes.
All right. Well, I did find your page, and you are linked in our description below. So if you'd like to find out more about what Flynn does, away from She Said, He Said, just click on our link, and it goes to, and your site is called In Like Flynn?
Yes, on Facebook.
Yep. Well, we got you covered. Down in the description, go check out her channel. The next person you guys might recognize is Tracy Kallam. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. How is everyone else?
It's been a long time since we've done this show, so I still think we ought to call you Curly. And moving right along, we have Chandra Huntington. How are you today? Can she hear me okay? Chandra.
How are you?
Oh, there you are. So she's having a little bit of lagging with
you.
Good. So yeah, we're having a little bit of lagging with her, but we'll get her going.
Not lagging, lagging.
Lagging.
I like it. Just keep saying it, Rob. I'm loving it. I'm loving the show. Loving it already.
We also have a greetings, everyone, from Wild Bill. Ooh. And moving up right above Chandra is Tom Gulley, and he has his own show, the Tom Gulley Show. And I also made sure and put a link to his show down in the description, so check him out too. How you doing, Tom?
I'm fine, but I don't recommend that link.
Good link, guys. Check it out. And then I'm going to move across to the next one. It's Grasshopper. George.
Grasshopper.
Hello,
George.
Hello.
George.
I distinctly remember you last time we did the show that you had a little more hair than that.
Yeah, well, sometimes things just happen.
and you were in Washington before, and
I was.
Now you're in where?
El Paso, Texas.
Yes, sir.
The armpit of Texas, El Paso. No, actually, I love El Paso. That's my hometown, so I'm loving it.
And I guess I kind of forgot that. Tom, you're in Utah.
Yes,
Chandra, you're in Nevada. Tracy is in Arizona.
Yep.
And Flynn, you're in California, correct?
Yes.
Yes, we're all over the place here. So
we're all over the place.
Is everybody able to see the chat okay? Because we are getting a few comments. Everybody's saying hello to you guys.
Yep.
You see it?
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Yeah, well, if somebody remembers me, Ranger Rob. Yes, sir, Bob. So today's show, because it's been almost like, it feels like a generation, but it's only been 2 years. And we talked about all kinds of stuff pretty easily 2 years ago, but times have changed a little bit. And so one is the PC generation a little bit, but the next is obviously the COVID stuff. So I want to kind of get your guys' opinion of what you've heard or how unique or difficult love and relationships have been with this COVID stuff. It's like, so, I mean, does it get crazy? Like, do you wear masks in bed, or what's the deal there? Do you have to live in a bubble? So, George, I'm going to let you start that subject.
Wow, you shouldn't have let me start on that subject. Holy smoke! I mean, this isn't political, but to go vote, you got to put on a rubber.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty bad.
That's bad.
But
anyway, TV hasn't actually been a really good thing here, obviously, but because a lot of the things that people do is they'll go to the bars and have some fun and try to meet people. That's just the way it goes. But with all the bars and stuff being closed down, and it's just hard to actually enjoy trying to be who you want to be and try to meet somebody cool. And all you guys are cool, so that's okay. You guys meet the criteria.
Yeah, you're here with the cool people.
You're on my cool meter. Right. All right. So anyway,
let's let one of the girls chime in. Anybody want to kind of jump on that board of that subject? Tracy, Flynn, come on, Flynn. How's it?
I mean, I heard the divorce rate is huge. I heard the divorce rate. That's
out
what
there.
I'm hearing.
Well, that tells you a little bit that it's kind of sad. Is you have a relationship and it seems to do better when you're apart for 8 hours every day. It's like, is that good or bad though? I mean, it's like,
I know it's a good question.
24/7. Then why is it so much better if you're 8 hours apart? I don't know. It seems kind of odd.
So
I think that
if you
people
figure it
in
out
general-
like I did, you date someone at work, so you have to get used to being with each other 8 hours a day. So then when this happens, it's a natural transition. That's what happened with my husband and I.
Well, of course, now, Chandra, you guys, when you need to get away, you just go to the strip, don't you?
No, we do not go strip or go to the strip. Yeah, we don't do that.
I thought that's what everybody did it.
This is why I like her so much.
So I see, Chandra, you're married. Is that correct? Chandra, are you married?
Yes, I am. We've been together for 10 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So have you found and
Yes.
by the way, those of you guys, when we're yakking, if somebody sees something going on in the chat that I missed, please call it out and we'll make sure not get people's questions and stuff. And by the way, those who are watching the show, please, in the chat, if you have questions or subjects you want us to talk about, we'd love to hear it. So you never know what these guys will go off on. So anyway, Chandra, you've been married 10 years. So has anything changed this year in your relationship?
I don't think so. We worked really hard on being really good communicators from the get-go, and we've been together 10 years, but only married just about 5. And so we really, really worked on communication style before we even got married and being very clear with each other. So I actually think that most of the time I'm home with my best friend. So I'm good.
So I figured it out. I just
But
realized
I will say that we have another property in Arizona, and we do get breaks from each other because he goes to our property in Arizona and I stay home. And so we do get breaks. So I don't know what people do if they don't get breaks.
I got it all figured out. Sherry, my wife, is always right, and it seems to keep us married.
Smart.
She thinks she's smart.
There you go.
It's an illusion. So, Flynn, you're still dating, aren't you?
I am. My dating life is always very interesting, hence why I do a show. Yes, I have a lot of experience in dating. I'm pretty much a professional dater.
So, with the COVID, what is the thing that really stands out the most that drives you crazy?
Well, I'm not really. Well, actually, I did have a first date. I was thinking I'm only really dating people that I've known for years. But I did have a first date, a hiking date with a gentleman who's in my industry that I've known. We know of each other, but we had a hiking date. So I did have one hiking date.
That's actually a pretty safe way to go.
Yes.
And hey, Tom, you're probably hitting the bricks early. All the bars, the whole works, right?
Well, I mean, my dating life hasn't changed at all with COVID. I mean, no one wants to get within 6 feet of me. Suggestions that I wear a mask constantly. Those were going on long before COVID. So,
6'5".
yeah.
So, one of the terminologies I heard and some of the things I've been reading, of course, I always have a pile of all these statistics and stuff. I'll be getting into those a little bit in the show. But the one terminology that drove me crazy is they say when you're dating, they say make arrangement. You have to have really good communication. And when you're dating, you also have to make rules like you never had to before. And then there's this terminology of when you guys will allow each other to be in the bubble, which means closer than 6 feet. When you think, what's the rules to allow you to become part of the bubble? I thought that was weird.
Spell it out.
I know, right?
I would say it's the amount of clothes the other person's wearing.
It's like, I don't know, if you live in a bubble, I mean, well, if everybody can, I mean, it's like, how do you agree that it's okay to now be without mask with your new date and hold hands and be in the same car and all that without worrying about the COVID stuff? I mean,
I think maybe you could just, take a ox meter with you and maybe a temperature checker, and then ask her all the questions like, have you been around anybody with COVID for the last 24 hours or last 7 days?
I think there should be those those hot spring kind of hotels. You go really for right. They should have rapid COVID testing right
Definitely.
outside.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You get
Oh, yeah.
So do women walk around with thermometer, thermometers in their purse and check everybody?
They got that laser checker, man. The laser thing. Fever, man.
The same one you use. The same one you use for your grill. Zap everybody.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know. I don't envy anybody dating nowadays. I see Mike. I see Mike Myers is with us from Radio Hope. Welcome to the show. And he's very much in love with his wife.
I know. He says we're great friends with benefits. That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
And guys, when you see something, questions or anything that come up in the thing, interrupt me or whatever's going on. Make sure we let our guests be heard too. What was this here? Mask hide a whole lot of ugly. Just saying.
Hey, Mike, if your wife is watching, you are definitely scoring some points here, brother.
I saw a study the other day. I saw a study the other day that said that people are more attracted to each other with the masks.
What?
You know what it is? Yes.
No way.
Yes.
You did not.
Because it's
Why?
because it's the talking. So there it builds the attraction. And plus you just look at their body. So if they have bad teeth or something like I do, you don't have to see it.
So do you think somebody looks more attractive with a plain
it
mask or a mask that has some kind of face on it or something? I mean, so is any of the attraction of people with masks, is modifying their mask any more attractive?
Well, I've seen those ones with actually a mask with the lips on it and everything. I mean, it does make her look a little bit more attractive.
I was gonna say, do you judge by the mask that is chosen? Kind of like an outfit. Like if they have, a traditional mask, the one over the ears, is that saying something different than the ones that come up to your face like you're about to rob a bank?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, do you judge people by their masks? Like,
I think
using
Tracy
a
brings up a
cheap
good point.
mask. If you got a cheap mask, go.
I
that guy's
actually
cheap.
do.
And if somebody's got a custom mask, you look higher up at those people, go, hey, that guy's really put some effort into his mask. I'd like to meet him.
Oh, by all means, it's just like an outfit. You gauge how somebody looks in their clothing. I gauge how they're going to be in their mask. And
Yeah.
if you wear the plastic thing in front of your face, you're out of there. I mean, you are like a walking body condom. I am just not doing it at all. It's just bad.
So is it better to have your mask match your outfit?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
I think so.
That's a good one.
I haven't
So you
gone
want to be
that
color
far.
coordinated. That would be
You're a
saying.
girl. You're a
We're gonna
girl.
color
I don't know
coordinate.
if guys should mask.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, if you could have a spandex mask with a spandex shorts on.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the question is, do you judge a couple if they have matching mask? Or
Oh, that's different.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we got matching masks.
Ooh.
Do you?
Yeah, I think we do.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I don't think I did it on purpose. But we do.
So,
Hey, wait a minute. We're all going away.
so
Reverend Wild Bill says his wife has a Gucci mask, and Morty Vickers says, I wear a mask of Orlando Bloom. My wife has been so much nicer to me. I can't figure it out.
So yeah, I picture, I have this terrible way of picturing things in my head. I'm like, I can imagine dating nowadays. First, you finally enter the bubble, and it's like, don't need a mask anymore. So now when you get into the hoochie stuff, are you still wearing masks? or what? I mean, can you actually break
if
the
you're gonna
rules?
get
Totally?
that close,
you're still wearing
if
your
you're gonna be
mask.
that close, you can probably take off your mask.
Well, women
Yeah.
still wear their high
was not
heels sometimes. Why can't they wear their mask?
They
Enter
wear
the
their what?
I said, I've seen,
Yeah,
I've seen, that they may keep their high heels on. So why can't they keep their mask on to be safe? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What? They keep the high heels on? What?
I'm not going
High
there
heels,
anymore.
yeah,
I'm in trouble
High
already.
heels on. If you got to cover the whole thing, I mean, her mouth or anything, just, keep the high heels on.
You
I
don't
like
know
it.
about the high
I
heel.
like the high heels.
gotta
All
keep
three
the
of you like the
Tom
high
knows what
heels?
I'm talking about.
You got to keep the high heels on.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
all
definitely.
three of you guys like the high heels on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Seems appropriate.
Even if she's taller than you with them on.
If you find
Well,
six,
it doesn't matter when you're all if
I'm not
you're not sitting, standing
When you're
up.
horizontal, he's right, doesn't matter.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
true.
I'm 6'5". I'm not dating a
Right.
girl that can post up on me. Sorry, not gonna happen.
How
Oh,
good?
this is a
That's
meat
how
man.
you are.
So they were saying that
Okay,
there's 8 actual good things about dating in 2020.
Okay.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's easy to weed out people that aren't interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
A legitimate excuse to stop talking to someone.
Yeah.
Also true.
yes.
Everything
Yes.
is going slower.
That's not a good
Yeah,
That could be a benefit.
yeah,
I
I
guess.
would
I
agree
think
with
that's a benefit.
Of course, women probably agree to that more than the guys.
Yeah, I don't
It's
want
another person.
to speed it up.
There's no need to worry about how you look.
That's true.
that. No,
So
I disagree.
I don't like.
So
I disagree.
I got a feeling that people, even if they're meeting virtually, they're kind of still duding themselves up a little bit, with the exception of the panel above you.
Yeah, I work with a lot of millennials, and I know that they're still. Yeah, I work with millennials, and they're still excited to put on their makeup, do their hair, do whatever, and they're going on a virtual date. So I'm gonna disagree with it. They don't do much with that. So I think they do.
Because they're
Guys
not wearing
might. I
masks.
mean, nobody might have bottoms on. Yeah, they're
That's
not
true.
wearing the masks, so they're definitely looking like themselves.
Yeah, I mean, all of us are all sitting in our underwear, right?
I actually am wearing shorts.
That's right.
Um,
That's why I
the other
was
bit-
worried when you kept saying legs. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you see what's going on down here?
oh,
I was watching, Flynn. I was watching.
Well, I kept hearing legs.
not
Sean,
going there.
are
Not
they
going
doing-
there.
Chandra,
So-
are they doing internet sex?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know about that. I haven't asked any of them yet, but if they did phone and texting sex, I'm pretty sure they're doing some form of internet sex as well. I just don't know where it goes. So I don't want to know.
Well, does that mean we're going to stop calling each other, Chandra?
I'm trying to figure out how do you have.
We're still game.
Gosh,
You know I love you. You know I
how
love
do you
you.
have internet sex.
I mean,
Please
Rob,
explain.
really? We got to explain this to you?
Okay, well, it's just basically you like disrobe in front of each other.
Yeah.
And then you tell her to put her fingers places, and it's like
Wow.
phone sex, but visual, right?
It's like Twister, but with body parts.
With your own.
Yeah, you have to give
Great way to
give
put it.
each other instructions.
Perfect.
We got some comments coming around here. Is anybody watching the comments?
Yes, the comments are really, really good.
I
Yes.
did see something, and even though it's kind of, I said, somebody said, holy crap. Okay. All right. So,
What was
I didn't
this?
say that. I didn't say it. That was a
Rob,
comment.
can you slap Rob?
I want to get my ass
Oh,
kicked.
yeah.
I just would like to
Oh my
address
gosh. Let's see. Quit wearing makeup.
Stephanie's thing about saving money on lipstick. Stephanie,
Wearing
you
makeup.
definitely should be wearing your lipstick regardless, okay?
Yeah, and
That's just my opinion.
Someone's
getting
saying we're getting weird. We're getting weird.
We're getting weird.
possible apply the lipstick on camera.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I can.
and if you can
Next-
even Claire
next week
or
I
banana,
will.
Okay, well, one
And
of
I
the
won't
other
get
things they
lipstick
say
on
about-
anything. I
The
promise.
other good thing about dating in 2020 is you're saving money.
Yes.
Big time. Big time. Oh my God.
For the guys or the girls.
Flynn just did
I was going to say, guys are
Everybody.
saving money. I'm having to pay for my own drinks.
Wow.
Oh, Tracy, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I'm married, so you know.
Flynn just did her famous circle clap. I just want to point that out to everybody.
Yes, I heard about the circle clap.
Yes. It's the good clap. It's the good clap.
Yeah, we don't want clap in this show.
Yeah.
Circle claps are good.
Yeah. The better clap, not so much.
Wow. Now, so that went there. Now that
Stephanie went there.
We definitely went there. Yeah.
I mean, come
Yep,
on.
Yep. Okay. Well, basically, I'm in like Flynn.
There you go.
All right. The other comment they said is you guys, everybody has immediate common ground.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess that kind of starts the conversation out like, I don't see the common ground.
Well, because you could have a better
No,
camera
you're
and
all
microphone.
homebound.
Well, yeah, you're right.
And you know who it's really good for?
What?
For people that are that were unemployed.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Because
Very
it's
true.
not really sexy if you're unemployed, period. But now it's understandable because it's COVID.
Yeah.
So people that were unemployed kind of
That is true. I'd have to.
Show Chandra approves.
I would.
That's right.
I
approve.
would definitely agree with Flynn. Well, I mean, honestly, nobody wants to date a guy or maybe a girl that doesn't have a job. I mean, like, that is so unsexy. But now, a lot of the population is without a job. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the norm. And you're like, well, maybe I can take a chance and maybe they'll go back to work someday and maybe it'll be okay. You know, I mean, it's got some pluses.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why I'm here. Is to bring the
Common ground.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the last thing on this list is the excitement of meeting in person.
Yeah.
That would be more extreme, I guess, than
Yeah.
this is
So-
common ground.
Explain to me this in this CV-19 type situation we hear. How do you set up a date? I know Flynn said she was able to go on a hiking date. Was that 6 feet away the whole time, or was it
No,
more?
he hugged me. We had our masks on, and then he hugged me.
Oh no!
Did you hold your breath?
Was it
No,
good?
no. And then he planted a kiss on me too at the end.
Wow.
I didn't think that should have happened, but
That was bold.
it
Very
was.
bold. That was quite bold.
Wow.
Flynn, will there be date number 2 because of that transgression?
Well, my dating life's kind of complicated. I don't think he liked. I told him that there was 2 other guys in the picture, and he didn't really like that.
Ooh.
Stephanie says booty calls are happening, COVID or not.
That's right.
Nice, Stephanie. I like that.
Since we're a little bit still on the millennials a little bit, I have another list here we should get your opinions on. So I have 9 relationship problems that millennials face the most at any age group.
Okay.
So
here's the first one. Different goals.
That's true. That's germane for any age.
good use of germane.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
That was great.
No, you're classing it up. You're classing it up.
Okay, well, let me go to the next one then. The inability to communicate about conflict.
That's all ages again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, well, I won't go there.
Go there. Just know that I'm going to go there too.
Well, I hear that it's harder to tell a millennial something. They tend to not want to hear opposing views.
That's all ages again.
Yeah. I'd have to say so. That is all ages.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
yeah, I was going to say, I have to say that that's based on emotional immaturity.
Yes.
And that has not really a lot to do with your age. It's just
There
emotional.
she goes. Look it. Love it. Circle clap. Circle clap.
Emotional intelligence is everything. Chandra knows what she's doing.
Flynn approves. Flynn approves.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So here's the next one. Jealousy over social media actions.
That's millennial.
Yeah, that's millennial.
Definitely.
I would say so.
Anxiety about the future.
That's everybody.
Oh, that's millennials. No, I'd have to
really
say
hope
millennials.
they have that.
Those of us that are old, we are 1 foot in the grave. It's going to happen or it's not. What are you going to do with us? We either got a savings account or we don't. We either know, we can either vacation or we're retired. I mean, come on. We don't really care. We're 1 foot in the grave. I mean, it's okay. So I think anxiety about the future is millennials.
I don't know.
Well,
yeah. Just my opinion.
That is interesting. It's like, why would they be so negative about the future?
They're not negative. They're just. Are we talking COVID? Are we talking
me?
Pre-COVID?
No, I mean millennials. Do we? Why does it seem like that? Seems like a true statement about them having anxiety about the future. What do you think is the cause of that?
Well, I think that the narrative is that the world that they sort of inherited after college and stuff is less stable than the one that I entered in the 1930s. I don't know how true that is, but I think that's
Damn, you're looking good, Tom. I'm telling you, for 1930.
That's kind of. I think that's the gen. I don't know if I believe it, but that's that's what they tell me anyway. Thanks for the crappy world.
I was going to say, yeah, that's.
So this is all your fault.
But we all live in the same world right now, so it's all perspective. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one.
Thank you.
Millennials are not being spanked. That's why.
Exactly. I think. Well, let's define what is millennial, just so I know. It's like 30 to 40, or what's
I think it's in the very late 20s now, isn't it? And 30s and early 40s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So late 20s.
Early 30s.
That is a millennial.
Early 30s.
Here's another one.
I didn't make the cut.
Sorry.
So.
Yeah, I passed that cut. It's way gone. Way gone.
I missed
you
it.
lost your hair too. I don't know what that happened to you, Jordan. Another thing they were saying is oversharing on social media.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ridiculously.
But adults are doing that. Adults are oversharing too, though. So that's again,
I don't think that's just millennials, but
I agree.
Why are you trying to give away all my secrets there,
this is
Flynn?
coming from
Those are my
therapist
secrets.
people. So, it says also it's cheating has been made easier.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Where are you going?
What?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I can do that, man.
Relationship
Millennials.
problems millennials face in the most of any age group, and it says pretty much cheating has been easier.
Because
In
of
it-
all the apps, right?
Probably. I
Yeah.
would think.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology that supports that.
Yep.
But at
Yeah.
the
We're
same
talking
time,
in
it's
that.
easier to get caught too.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
with the same
True.
technology.
Big time.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Digital
Big time.
footprint.
Of course, the other problem
Like-
they say is living with parents or other roommates. A lot of them.
Gonna get
Oh,
to.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even as a millennial, though, that seems like a little late in life. But what do I know?
they're all living with mom and dad down in the basement. Got to bring
Oh,
a
yeah.
girl down there. Borrow dad's car. It's like, do you smoke Borkum Riff? No, that's my dad's rum and apple pipe tobacco. You know, it's tough.
Hold on. I got to answer to my mom. She's calling me. Mom, I'll be right there, okay?
Yeah.
I will say this: one of the guys that I'm kind of dating has a roommate, and that's a little bit of a problem for me.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Really?
Flynn,
Why?
please.
Why would that
indulge us.
be? Wait a minute. The guy's got a roommate, which is
Okay.
a guy or a girl.
A guy, he's got a girl roommate.
I was just gonna say, wow.
Oh, that's different.
Okay, all right.
No,
Oh.
no.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not.
But why is that a problem?
well,
Three's Company. Come on.
yeah, it's
We all
not.
know what happened.
Yeah,
I mean-
and he just like adores her and thinks she's so great. It's like, okay, enough already. It's like, I don't know.
I'd be okay with it, but I don't think the girls would.
Roommates got to go to the Regal Beagle, and then the whole thing.
Yep.
I just find it unattractive when a man has a roommate if he's of a certain age.
What do you do when a millennial, like if you're with millennial, goes, "Mom, can you bring me a condom and a hot pocket, please?"
Oh,
That was nice.
That's a mama's boy. No, thank you.
Okay.
Oh my god! In a cigarette.
Afterwards, yeah.
Oh my gosh! So last thing was on this list was problems budgeting. Like
Oh,
millennials
that
have a
happens at
problem.
many ages.
Budget when you got no money.
Yeah.
I mean, zero.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to hit a couple of these other ones. It's kind of different, but I want to hear those that aren't married if they agree or disagree with this. And this is I have a list of things that people in long-term relationships totally understand, and see what everybody thinks about some of these. I'm not going to go over all of them.
I know Ranger Rob's talking about pooping. That I know for sure. Pooping is going to be in there.
It's going to be. You knew it
So
was
guess
on
what number one is? They
Lynette,
don't care if they know you poop in a long-term relationship.
what?
They
They
don't care if they know you poop.
Oh, they know I poop, man. I fire a warning shot. Let them know right away. Said, this is it, man. You got to be with me. You're
Yeah.
going to have to deal with this. Right.
yeah,
I
usually-
think you got to flush as it drops and make it a little bit more palatable for the woman.
and the courtesy flush.
So, does anybody in the staff use that potpourri stuff
Brace yourself is also a good thing.
Febreze is
kidding
the
me?
best.
at
Febreze is
home?
the best.
No,
What about poop?
I put it out there because I have a house full of boys. I don't know. It's not for me. It's for my nose.
So do the boys actually use it?
They're still in training.
Lynette,
But, yeah.
Lynette Miller is here, by the way, in the chat room.
Hi, Lynette. How are you?
Yeah, that's
Hey, Lynette.
Hi, Lynette.
that's
Tom, I did make it to the mailbox today too.
oh, great.
Um,
Awesome.
let's see. People in long-term relationships also don't stress about embarrassing themselves in front of them anymore, in front of your partner. You don't stress out
True.
about.
Yeah.
True.
I am a walking embarrassment. What are you talking about?
It depends on the
Every
embarrassment.
single day.
Yeah.
I love Chandra, but I'm going to have to concur on that. Yeah. Shit.
I could go my own feet. I do dorky things 100% of the time. I don't care if I'm embarrassing.
I'm pretty much in the same category with my wife. She just shakes her head. It's Rob. They say also that long-term relationships should have far less fights or far less.
Fights?
Yes.
Is it fights?
I think
Yes.
that's true. I think it's
Yeah,
Fights are far less.
I think
frequent.
again, though, I think it depends on the couple, because I work with couples and a lot of times they just like to bicker again because they haven't figured out emotional intelligence. And some people get in a habit of just being, the word is just petty, small, and bitchy with other people. And they keep doing it. So sorry. Well, I didn't drop the F-bomb.
They also say that long-term relationship that couples tend to be brutally honest with each other.
Oh, yeah.
true.
So if
Yeah.
you weren't
I
in
just
a
read
long-term
something from Marty
relationship, would that-
Vicar. He says, so yelling fire in the hole isn't a good way to warn her.
Oh, if you're gonna go poop?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, didn't Tom say something about a courtesy flush? Did I hear that earlier?
Yeah.
So what define courtesy flush so I know?
That's the
Yeah.
second flush. You flush once, and if there's anything less, the second one is the courtesy flush.
Okay, well,
Yes.
can I tell you what my idea of a courtesy flush is?
Sure.
Please.
Please,
Flush as it's exiting.
as the
from you.
drop, during the drop.
Oh,
Yes, as it's exiting flush. So if you flush 4 or 5 times, that's fine. I mean, maybe not very.
I call that the vortex.
Is that? Do you support that,
Yeah, the vortex. It's it's fine.
or do you think I'm over flushing?
No, I think
No, well, yeah, capturing that, before all that
whatever
extra air gets out of there, catching it right as it hits the water and during a flush, that's
that's
pretty impressive. It'd be kind of fun too.
That's my
Saved on-
idea. That's
saved
my
on
idea of a
smell.
courtesy flush.
demonstrates mastery.
And it saves on smell.
Yes.
So they also say in long-term relationships that you stop saying please.
Oh,
No, I
don't
don't.
agree with that
I
either.
don't agree with
And
that.
by the way, I'm brutally honest right out of the gate.
me too.
Yeah. No, there's no
I'm with Tom.
yeah. I'm like, hey, this is what you get, and I'm not gonna dial things up about you either. If I have a question, I'm gonna ask you. But I say
think my
please all the
husband's a
time.
lot more polite than I am. Yeah. he's less brutally honest, and he's so much nicer than I am, to be honest. But no, pleases are essential.
So another thing they say about long-term relationships is you don't worry about him or her cheating on them.
Can you repeat that?
I'll do it word for word. I was just kind of jumping over it. You don't worry yourself so much about him cheating on you. It said him, but I put him and her.
I don't worry about that ever, because I tell them off the bat, if I find out you do, we will never speak again. You will never talk to me. It'll be over permanently. Don't worry about it ever, not for a second.
I always tell my wife, "Don't worry about me. I'm too butt ugly." Nobody's going for this anymore.
Yeah, I tell all girls the 2 advantages of dating me are: number 1, no one will ever try to steal me from you, and number 2, sometimes I'm funny. That's it. I can lift heavy things. And Lynette Miller just went, if it's yellow, let it mellow. You guys know the rest.
Yeah. Mr. Gulley, I know another third thing about dating you that's good. I mean, I don't know. I just can guess.
Yeah.
Is it the girl can wear high heel shoes?
Oh yeah, I've actually gotten that a lot. That I like being with you because I can wear high heel shoes.
See,
you could wear a pogo
Yeah.
stick probably. I mean, I'm a land giant.
you're a foot and 2 inches taller than I.
Just think about that for a second. Yeah.
Somebody says you don't sugarcoat
Think about
anything,
that.
Tom.
No, he says he doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, I believe him.
Oh, respect is very important.
I'm
comment.
Yes.
I'm
Gotta
skipping
have
through some of these, but I got one more here. It says, a long-term relationship totally understand that sex isn't that exciting anymore?
Disagree with that one.
No, I'm going to disagree with that.
It could get better.
Yeah.
You got to work at it. I mean, just find new stuff
When
to
you
do.
get older, believe me, when you get older, you are working at it.
If you
That's
believe
true,
that, then you're worrying about him cheating on you. I'm just saying.
Just,
Like,
bring in a midget
really-
and a clown or something. I don't know. Whatever it takes, Spice it up a little.
Yeah.
I'm a spicy chili pepper, so I like to do what I like to do. So, yes, we work on things.
Sherry and I always, of course, I got my daughter in this show, so this makes it even better.
Okay, go for it.
I know.
The first thing before you get started at our age is, okay, what doesn't hurt right now?
You start out with 5 minutes of stretches.
Yeah, I think my back's okay. I think we could, maybe.
Getting weird, Tracy. It's getting weird.
Welcome to my family.
I know.
Viagra and ibuprofen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Not in that order either. Not always in that order either, Tom.
Yeah.
I lost my most important notes today.
That's okay.
Gosh, where'd it go?
That's terrible.
Yeah, if long term, you should always be working on that, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
you got to keep the spice in it.
That's just being lazy. Come on.
It sounds like all you guys need is a girl that was wearing high heel shoes though the whole time.
Oh,
I'm down with it. I mean, I love a girl with high heel shoes when she's actually all dressed up and pretty. I like that.
That's just one piece of the starter.
That's
kit.
one small piece of the puzzle.
There's a lot more.
Now, I get the impression that a lot of gals that are a little in the older side of life don't appreciate the high heels so much.
You mean wearing them in bed?
Since I'm the only old one here as the female, thanks. But, I can appreciate them still, but sometimes they're a lot of work, so forget it.
Yeah, they look. I don't know. It's I can't. Well, again, they're never good for your body at all. I mean, high heels are just not a natural shoe
they
at
look
all.
Great from my calves. They look great from my butt. Don't say they're not great.
Well, Tracy, you got the body for it, so that's why. Yeah, you've got.
I also like to show my height off by adding a couple extra inches just to make sure everyone knows that I'm tall.
Yeah,
a nice reminder.
Yeah, it's like when we go out to dinner or something, and we're with the families, and she's wearing her high heels. Dad's looking up to her.
Mm-hmm. No shame here.
Wow.
If you got it, you're supposed to rock it, right?
That's right.
Okay, so you guys ready for the big one?
Yeah.
I had to make sure I had the right note. The 9 stages of every relationship as explained by pooping habits.
Wow.
I don't know why we get in the subject of pooping so much around here.
Yeah.
But you guys ready? You ready?
Please.
Well, I mean, habit like a drug addiction thing, or just
It says
do it. Okay.
you don't talk about it at all. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
Oh no, it's talked about.
Oh,
It is absolutely talked
Makes
about.
sense to me, I don't talk
I know. He's saying if you don't talk about it, it's probably you're in a new relationship. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
so
I mean, I think Flynn and I were kind of joking about this when I was talking to her before, and I said, it's like when you're dating and you're at somebody's house for the first time, do you not do your duties if you have to? Do you suffer, or or go out in the porch and at least air it out a little bit, or how do you handle that? I mean, how torturous can that get?
I think if you're a guy and I don't know. I think that guys have it more brutal than we do. But I feel like if a guy really has to do his business, he'll be like, I have to go get some coffee, or he'll make an excuse. He's got to go to get something at the grocery store. Right? Not that make something up?
you are correct, man.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Flynn is dialed into this.
Oh yeah. So
I gotta work. If I gotta work it, man, I just have to step outside or something, man, because I'm not gonna embarrass my date.
I might have to drive to another county.
There you go.
George, do you not fluff in front of your fiance?
I do fluff in front of my fiance because we pretty much share everything now. So
Does
we
she
even
fluff-
we even share the talk and the aroma. You know,
does she fluff in front of you, or are you the only one that does, expresses your
she's very
love?
discreet, but she does it in a way where it's almost like charming. So it's
I know,
like
there's something weird about that because, not that I'm going to
Charming.
squeal on my wife at all, but if I fluff, it's like she gives me that look. Like, but she does it. She gives me that cute little thing going, "Whoops."
Yeah.
What does fluff mean?
It means pass gas.
Okay. Oh, I say pass gas too.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Ranger Rob always has a dog in the room, which is a great cover.
Oh, there you go.
perfect cover. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like in the 40s and 50s, you've seen the movies, everybody smoked, and there were no like Bic lighters and stuff. So there's always a book of matches nearby. And I miss those times. I really do, because you could just burn that whole thing in the bathroom and you're fine.
George.
There you go, Tom. There you go.
I got to mention this. So when we first started this show, we started out. I had a guy named Derek with us, and my chocolate lab used to lay under the desk as we're doing the show, right in the middle of the show, and we had Helen and Lisa from East Coast on, and my dog let loose, and it was so hard for me and Derek not to crack up. Like our eyes were watering. It was bad.
And by the way, just the chat room mentioned it. There is another definition of fluff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Confused some people, and
That's why I was confused.
when he said, when you fluff in front of your girlfriend?" I'm like, well, now if your girlfriend's there, should she be doing the fluffing?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I don't know what that is.
I would have never thought of that, but
Well,
One's a job, one's not.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Just go outside and do your business and use a Ranger Rob poopy bag. There
Actually,
you go.
those bags you showed me, Ranger Rob, were pretty big.
Yeah.
Are they for people too?
I designed them for George.
Thanks.
Okay.
For guys on their first date.
Love that
in the
man. Love
backyard.
him. I love him.
They're for all size dogs. I mean, all size dogs. So let's see.
So now I'm a dog. Okay. All right. Got it. No, it's actually one of those things that is kind of important. Obviously, I think it as a first date, because I had this one girl that I dated for several years. She actually would flush. She would run the water so I wouldn't hear her peeing.
Yeah.
So she'd run the water, and then that's cool. I mean, she didn't want me to think that she pooped or peed. So I was like, wow, that's an amazing girl right there.
Yeah.
So here's the question.
Never asked.
So if you are dating, or if you're and even have a fiance or even married, are you understanding enough during the day as you're spending time with your spouse or your partner or your couples to just take that time out and say, do you need to use the restroom? Do you acknowledge the fact that we actually poop and pee?
I figure they know when they need to. It's kind of like,
Wait, though. I mean, in a relationship where you're kind of like afraid to make a bad impression, wouldn't you think it'd be a real icebreaker to just say, hey, feel free, we're walking in a park and where they say, hey, do you need to use the restroom or anything? And I wouldn't mind going myself or whatever like that. Is that something that you try to do with your partner or the person you're dating? Or do you stand in their shoes a little bit and take the time to acknowledge that people have to poo and peep? I'm
about to lay cable. You?
Huh?
That's the way. I got it, Tom. I got it. I like cable.
I would never do that. I would think that they would be, and if they I wouldn't begrudge them if they say, hey, can we pull over? I want to get some Tic Tacs or do something else and make it up or whatever. Just if they want the dignity, fine. But I'm gonna say they should be pretty well potty trained by the time I start dating them.
Well, yeah, but that's not really the point, though. The point is we're talking about the fact that a lot of dating and when meeting people for the first time that we're trying to hide the fact that we actually do that. And if you wanted to break the ice and maybe even make the relationship a little bit better, that you recognize everybody's discomforts. And so including the fact that, you're being courteous. It's like, well, she's probably being courteous. She probably has we just had 3 drinks. Maybe I should do something to give the opportunity to say, hey, do you have to use the restroom or something?
That's very gentlemanly, but it's so far down the list of things I would do to make the relationship better. And I don't want her to think that I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that leads to a whole train of weird thoughts on like weird fetishes, like fascination of things that just get into hairy areas. Like no. I was like
that's a shitty subject, I tell you.
So George, do you talk about your bowel movements openly with your partner?
It's kind of like talking about certain things that you just kind of don't want to go there, but you end up doing it anyway. You have to talk about it sometimes. It's not a given, no, but sometimes
you go in the bathroom and really do your thing. Go, dang, that was awesome, and take a picture and share with your wife.
I'm not thinking the picture thing is actually what I would do, but definitely if I had some issues, yes, maybe, but I don't think I discuss my poopology with anybody else other than Mike.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm trying to read some of these.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
For those of you that are married, do you ever poop in front of your partner?
No, never.
Not intentionally.
Not in front of my fiance. No, not usually. I'm going to close the door because I got to take care of my own business.
Yeah, but it never seems like it's always the fact that when someone's in the bathroom, you need something in that room. Like, is my brush in there, or I need to get something? I left a towel in there or something. It seems like that always happens, and it's either she's in there or I'm in there going, "Yeah, come on, but hold your breath."
Yeah, but as a married couple, or even as a couple, there's kind of some etiquette around it. So like if the door's closed, that's a signal to the spouse that this is not a good idea. This is not a talking time. This is kind of serious, or I just don't want to talk to you, so keep your distance. If the door's open, you're like, okay, there's room for negotiation, conversation. If you need to come get something, all right. But after that, there's etiquette. You got to follow the etiquette.
Yeah, and I'm not usually talking through a door all the time either because I got to take care of my business here. So
when I'm doing my bodily functions, I got a rule: it's 2 balls, 4 walls. Nothing else is in the room.
So, do you guys answer telephone calls when you're on the toilet?
I don't answer them, but I'll take someone there with me.
Yeah.
It's usually mom.
I won't place a call, but I'll receive a call.
You'll receive a call, but you won't place a call.
No, I won't place a call.
It depends on where I am in the function I'm doing, whether I'll take that call or not.
Yeah.
Because really, having your phone probably in the toilet area might not be too healthy.
Yeah, not the best idea.
And mid wipe just brings
and
out.
to take it a little farther, do you take a call easier when you're at home in your private bathroom, or do you literally answer calls when you're in a public bathroom?
I never do that.
Oh,
Never. Wouldn't do it. No. With my luck, it's all in the toilet.
Do?
Yeah.
I had a guy at a Bluetooth one time. We're both at the urinal, and he starts saying, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, I don't want to talk to another man in the bathroom, particularly at the urinal. And I'm like, fine. Yeah, it's supposed to be nice out today. I'm like, dude, what's the deal? I realized he was talking to somebody on the phone.
That would be
I've had
terrible.
that happen too. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it was a conversation, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's talking on Bluetooth."
You never talk to another man at the urinal.
That's just wrong.
Yeah,
Absolutely wrong.
Don't do that.
So yeah, I wish women would follow that same rule in the public restrooms too. Like if you're in a different stall, the door's closed. Same rules apply as at home. I don't need to be talking to you. I don't know. Like this quiet time.
Morty Vicker says he's watching the show right now on the throne.
I know.
I remember once I was working with it's redundant. My colleague and I were in the restroom and we were having a conversation. We both sat down in the stalls and she continued talking as stuff was flying out of her derriere.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me. She was carrying on like as if I couldn't hear what was coming out of her rear.
It was really explosive then. It was an explosive one?
It was like crazy noises. And I was like, if it were me, I'd be like, oh, excuse me. I hope you can't hear this. I apologize. I would be so apologetic. She was just carrying on a conversation.
So you're talking, it was epic. That was epic there.
Jumping out of bucket of gravel.
It was epic sounds, fluffing, whatever you guys call it.
Oh my gosh. No, that's not fluffing there. That's no. That's projectile. That's projectile there. That's not.
I have got to ask this question before the time's up. We only have 3 minutes left, folks. And I don't know what's so weird about this and why I even wrote it down, but have you pooped in each other's childhood homes? What would be weird about that?
Nothing.
No. I do it.
And of course, the last one said, you pooped out a child. So that was the end of the list.
You go in an airport bathroom, you'll go anywhere.
Damn straight. Hell yeah.
Hey, do you guys use will you sit on a public toilet without a seat cover?
Oh hell no, I gotta have a butt gasket.
No, things jump off of it.
I gotta have a butt gasket.
Some people don't use them. You know that?
I'm doing a butt gasket. I carry my own butt gaskets.
Really?
Yes. I will not stick my butt on something that is, especially the airport.
New Ranger Rob product.
There we go. Yeah.
Do you bring seat covers? Like, really, what do you use for real?
Do you make a little nest with the little toilet paper thing, or
no, man? I tell you, man. I will use it all up. I got those little paper foldable ones. You could just fold it up and unfold it. It might take a little while, so you got to kind of do it. But I am not putting my butt on that.
Squat, hover, use somebody else's ass if you have to.
And a hover is possible.
Yeah.
So guys,
you bend your knees?
Because
you bend the knees and just hover, and you hover.
Gotta interrupt because we're almost at the end of the show.
It's really good exercise, by the way. It's really good for your legs.
I have a mission for our listeners and for you guys is during the week, as you guys come up with things you'd like us to talk about in this show, as love and relationship related, no politics, all that stuff. I am going to bring up 2 subjects to do some homework on, and there is a political side to it, but I want you to throw that off to the side. I want to know, why do you think it caused this? One is feminism, and the other is a new one I just found out about called MGTOW. And so do your homework this week and find out. They're both kind of extreme. I don't care about the extremeness of them, but what got us there in the first place? What caused us to create that label? And it's some really, I think, fascinating things that people are looking at those causes for a reason. And I think it's some good discussions we could have next week, along with whatever the panel comes up with, or anybody in the chat room. I'm running out of time to make sure and leave us a note in the discussion below. Let us know things you'd like us to talk about, and we'll definitely talk about it here. We're not shy.
Feminism, is that right?
Feminism. Yeah, I can't say it very well.
Feminism, yes.
And MGTOW, MGTOW. Anyway, something to check into.
Yep,
And,
Google it.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
So guys, we got to go. I want to thank everybody for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
And we'll
Appreciate
see you guys next week. And thank you, panel. And have a great day, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.